Let's say, Mr. President, that you're a creepy billionaire, and it is your plan to capture and control the Supreme Court, to take it over, just like 19th century robber barons would have taken over and captured the Railroad Commission that set the rates for their own railroad.
Sounds like a pitch for a 1930s black and white movie.
Let's say you sent millions of dollars, secret dollars, to the Federalist Society for it to funnel money to its employee and your operative, Leonard Leo. Let's say that Leonard Leo got his cred with you and your right-wing billionaire pals when he helped you kill the nomination to the Supreme Court of President George W. Bush's friend and White House counsel, Harriet Miers, a political hit job from the far right against a Republican president's nominee, which produced none other than Sam Alito.
Okay, this doesn't sound like it's going to have a Mr. Smith Goes to Washington happy ending.
Let's say you also sent millions of dollars to Leonard Leo's Judicial Crisis Network, a fictitious name front group for another front group operating out of the same hallway, on the same floor, in the same building as the Federalist Society. Let's say you sent Judicial Crisis Network secret millions of dollars, checks as big as $15 million, checks as big as $17 million, to run ads against Merrick Garland, to help Mitch McConnell block his confirmation by the Senate. Let's say that for your millions of dollars to the Federalist Society, the Federalist Society allowed you to use its name on a list of Supreme Court nominees that you and your right-wing billionaire pals and Leonard Leo cooked up. A list that the Federalist Society never considered or approved, never an agenda item, never a vote, but a list from some back room of the Federalist Society, pulled together by Leo and the billionaires, that candidate Trump promised to follow. And let's say that when Trump kept that promise and nominated your chosen ones, you sent millions more to the Judicial Crisis Network and to Mitch McConnell's political operation, not just to stop Merrick Garland, but to push the confirmation of your chosen ones, Neil Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney Barrett. And let's say that to keep your chosen ones loyal and happy and entertained, you secretly paid for their personal lives. You paid for family tuitions. You bought family houses and let family members live rent-free. You paid for lifestyles of the rich and famous level vacations, including free travel to resorts, on private jets, travel on private yachts, and you gave them expensive gifts, and you directed money to their spouses, and of course you hung out with them. And let's say that that last part, keeping them loyal and happy and entertained with all those gifts, was illegal. Illegal. Let's say that your loyalty gifts program required the chosen ones to file false federal disclosure forms and perhaps even false tax returns. Let's say that your loyalty gifts program might put you in trouble with the tax man for claiming false business expenses. How could that be? Let's say that the chosen ones were calling this bonanza of freebies personal hospitality. Personal hospitality, a term of art allowing non-disclosure under the disclosure laws. Let's say that they were all calling it personal hospitality, but you were calling the bonanza deductible business expenses of corporate yachts and jets. Then it wouldn't all add up. That's a lot of let's say, I know, but that's about what we're looking at with the Supreme Court right now.
Joining us now is Democratic Senator Sheldon Whitehouse of Rhode Island. He's a member of the Senate Judiciary Committee. He's chair of the Subcommittee on Federal Courts. He's also the host of the podcast, Making the Case. Senator Whitehouse, you sure made the case today, and the case came down in the end to possible tax crimes.
Yeah, that is why both the Finance Committee, which oversees tax compliance, and the Judiciary Committee, which oversees the law that requires the justices to disclose gifts like this so that they fall into the right bucket. That's why both committees are investigating this. There is very possible illegal conduct, but in order to find that out, we've got to complete our investigation. And the billionaires, through their lawyers, have erected all kinds of stonewalls.
Yeah, we've already heard Justice Thomas offer the excuse that the disclosure forms were more complicated than he thought, apparently, and he didn't quite fully understand the requirements and the directions for those disclosure forms. A very peculiar thing for a Supreme Court justice to say, given the complexity of matters that come before them, not to mention antitrust cases and all sorts of things. And of course, tax law comes before them, tax cases, appeals of tax cases and tax evasion cases. And so it is conceivable that we have Supreme Court justices ruling on tax cases at the Supreme Court that get there, who may have violated tax law themselves.
Yeah. And so, some of these questions are pretty straightforward, like what income went to your spouse? You don't have to be a Supreme Court justice to answer that question. And yet these are the kinds of questions that tripped them up. They didn't trip them up because the questions were complicated. They tripped them up because they didn't want to give the answers.
You know, as your story unfolded today so dramatically in that form that you gave it, what you start to see is it gets to a point where Leonard Leo and company literally have more money than they know what to do with. They use it for massive influence, but then they've got more sitting around. Yes. And that's at the point where they start turning toward this. How about creating lifestyles of the rich and famous Supreme Court justices?
Yeah, just to give you an idea of the scale of this, Lisa Graves from the Center for Media and Democracy has done very good research into this. And she's at $580 million in her count of what was spent through this whole array of front groups in this court capture operation. $580 million sounds like a really big number. But then after that, a right-wing billionaire named Barry Seid gave Leonard Leo a slush fund of $1.6 billion to play with in his network of front groups. So if you were stunned at nearly $600 million going into the effort to capture the court, they blew through that by an additional $1 billion with the gift to Leonard Leo's slush fund.